GraphQL is developed by Facebook in 2012, open sourced in 2015, which is managed by newly created GraphQL Foundation. It is used widely by companies like IBM, Meta, Pinterest, GitHub, and Coursera, and the list is only growing. So if this motivates you, let's dive in to know more. GraphQL is an approach for creating web APIs which uses a type system to define the data. And it is crazy. But before getting to know more about it, it would be good to know about the concept of SQL and database querying. SQL is a structured query language which is used to interact with the databases, where we can read and write to a database using queries to get or edit data. Now, if this is really clear to you, let's dig into GraphQL. GraphQL is pretty similar to SQL in terms of querying. As SQL queries databases, GraphQL is a query language for APIs. It is also a runtime to run queries to get the required data. It is not connected to any specific database, instead uses existing code and data. So it's easy to integrate. Best part about it is we can query multiple resources with a single request. For example, consider a user's data which has user details along with his friends' names, his likes and followers information, which we will query with REST and GraphQL API. If we were to use REST API to get data of user like friends, likes and followers, we would have to call multiple URLs to get the entire data. But with GraphQL, we can use single request to get all the data that we need. Apart from this, we have several other advantages. Number one, it solves over and underfetching issue that REST API has by getting the data which is exactly what we asked for, nothing less or nothing more. Number two, it is language agnostic, so can be used with any language. Number three, it helps in faster response times as we are just using one request to get the data instead of making multiple calls for different data points. Number four, validation and type checking of the data can be done extensively using GraphQL. Number 5, it provides detailed error messages for better debugging and error resolving. Now that we got to know about the benefits of GraphQL, there are few downsides as well. First disadvantage is GraphQL lacks support for built-in caching capabilities. Whereas REST APIs have multiple endpoints, so they can leverage native HTTP caching to avoid refetching of resources. Number 2, it is a overkill for small applications and also difficult to implement complex queries in GraphQL. Number 3, as I mentioned, we get detailed error messages for the query. That's good, but for the request code, we always get 200, whether query is successful or not. So it may add additional complexities like monitoring. Interested in learning more about the syntax and implementation of GraphQL? Check out my other video. If you like my content, please like, share and subscribe, and see you until next time.